made the government and the economy very unstable. And we need to ensure that there's stability in the region. So, obviously, those in the United States watch what happens, in every country, and it's about building alliances, and of course Albania has always been in the forefront, and of course Dr. Berisha was a big part of that. So, but again, it's just really important for those of you in a certain age understand the importance of what you're doing and the importance of making sure that not only that you vote, but you grab 5 people, you grab 10 people, and you make sure they vote as well. It's very simple, and you can have a direct impact on the outcome of any election as long as you stand up and be counted.
Just a moment. As regard to Europe, lidhur me pyetjen tuaj për Europën, në Shqipëri ka 2 Europa. Një Europë që censurohet dhe tjetra që manipulohet dhe deformohet. E vërteta është Europa që censurohet në Shqipëri. Këtë javë ka folur për Shqipërinë më fuqishëm se kur ndonjëherë në 32 vite, dhe ndofta më fuqishëm se për çdo vend tjetër në 32 vite. Kjo Europë në Këshillin e Europës, në një kohë krejtësisht të pazakont, mbajti 2 seanca me 2 grupet kryesore parlamentare, në të cilat ajo u informuar dhe debatoi për narkoshtetin në Shqipëri, për Edi Ramën, si një armik të pluralizmit që arreston kundërshtarët e tij politik, që burgos kundërshtarët e tij politik dhe që shtron zgjedhjet në farsë elektorale. Kjo Europë, nga mediat e mëdha të kontrolluara nga qeveria, u censuruhet plotësisht. Por e vërteta është që kjo Europë, që ta dini ju, në vizitën e tij në Këshillin e Europës, drejtuesit e këtij institucioni do më informonin se ata Edi Ramës i anulluan darkën zyrtare të planifikuar për nder të tij. Akt që nuk kishte ndodhur ndonjëherë në historinë e atij institucioni. Darkën ja anulluan dhe ja anulluan për shkak të keqsjelljeve të tij, për shkak se aty ai nuk përmbajti veten dhe demonstroi se cili ishte. Por nuk është e tëra kjo. Pas anullimit darkës, duket se ky kishte mbledhur grupet kriminale shqiptare nëpër Europë dhe pas anullimit të darkës, me qindra mesazhe kërcënimi shkuan drejt drejtuesve të Këshillit të Europës. Kjo është Europa që u censurua, por jo vetëm kaq. Në qoftë se kjo ndodhi ditën e hënë, ditën e martë ndodhi një ngjarje tjetër, madhore, për Shqipërinë në Komision në Punëve të Jashtme të Sigurisë Parlamentit Evropian. Seanca në Komision e Punëve të Jashtme dhe të Sigurisë, që është komisioni qendror i Parlamentit Evropian, ishte një seancë ku mirnin pjesë deputetët të gjitha grupeve parlamentare. Dhe në këtë seancë kushtuar, jemi realist, në tërësi zgjedhjeve në Shqipëria, zgjedhjeve në Shqipëri, këtyre zgjedhjeve, çka është edhe kjo tepër e pazakontë, sepse normalisht në këtë fushat nuk ndërmirren aktivitetet tilla. Në këtë seancë që përsëri është Evropa e censuruar, por ju siguroj se ai komision është komisioni vendimarrës më i rëndësishëm i Bashkimit Evropian, parlamentar, u paraqitën qoftë nga ekspert, qoftë nga anëtarët të komisionit, situata dramatike e Shqipërisë. U paraqit me vërtetësi Edi Rama një lloj narkodiktatori që nuk respekton parlamentin, nuk respekton vendimet e gjykatës kushtetuese, nuk respekton votën e lirë të shqiptarëve. U paraqitën me vërtetësi të madhe qëndrimi i tij ndaj pluralizmit dhe kundërshtarëve politik. Pra, i dashur, vërtet ka patur ndonjë deklaratë tek këtu, të cilat edhe ato i ka manipuluar Edi Rama, sepse nëse marrim deklaratën e fundit të dy komisionerëve, që të dyja e bën të qartë se nuk mund të ketë nuk mund të ketë integrim pa reforma të thella të cilat Edi Rama kur nuk i bën. Edi Rama bën fasad, mirë po fasada e Edi Ramës mori fund ditën e hënë dhe ditën e mërkur në dy institucionet themelore të demokracisë europiane dhe të Bashkimit Evropian dhe të politikës europiane. Kështu që ju, do të thënë, nuk duhet përpiqemi që ta tejkalojmë censurën. Edhe kjo, unë e thash në Këshillin e Evropës, akti i mbylljes së TikTokut është akti i Habitullahut të Kabulit. Dhe sqarova dhe një gjë. Mos e merrni për të thjesht se jati i tij në vitin 1988 me 10 vjetor firmosi varen litar të një poeti, disident, guzimtar, vetëm se shkrojti vargje për fjalën e lirë, shkrojti vargje për frymën e Helsinkit, kurse ky tani varën e litar TikTokun sepse trit e përdorin shumë dhe e kritikojnë, e tallin ose e qortojnë. Ndaj dhe është bërë një punë e madhe, nuk i tejkalon dot kurrë me banalitetet e tij Edi Rama, por ishte bërë famzi. Ai mund të them për ta mbyll, ai ishte tashmë i vetmi kryeministër në historinë e Europës që i kishin anulluar darkën zyrtare sikur të përfaqësonte Enver Hoxhën apo Ghedafin.
I'll ask my question in English, if that's okay. Thank you, everyone. Dr. Berisha, Mr. LaCivita. My name is Emmanuel. I'm the International Secretary of the Youth Wing of the party. During my studies in the UK, I came across something very interesting when it comes to campaign strategies, which is called the 3-3-3 rule, which says that 3 months prior to election day, there needs to be something groundbreaking to happen. 3 weeks before, there needs to be something groundbreaking to happen, and 3 days before as well. So allow me to tease a little bit, if you allow me. Exactly 3 months prior to the elections, we broke the news that you were going to be our campaign strategist, and that was something that made very big news, and even in the polls, it had a great effect in our party. So should we perhaps expect in the coming week, where it's going to be exactly 3 weeks prior to the elections, something equally groundbreaking, if I go by the logic of this strategy that I learned? Thank you.
I mean,
A yes or no will suffice.
I mean, every day should be groundbreaking from the standpoint of it's an awakening, and it's educating and awakening the electorate to how badly Eddie Rama has failed this country. And I have a similar rule, which is be short and be concise, be to the point, and to repeat your message continuously. And the only future that we have here is if Dr. Berisha is elected. Otherwise, it'll be more of the same. So, you know, in politics, if you try to force something, it comes across that way. If you try to force something, it looks contrived. And I think the most important thing is to be, as Dr. Berisha said, be yourself, be true to yourself, be true to who you are as a party, fight for the lower taxes, fight for the common working person, and make the case that you can't afford 4 more years of Eddie Rama. You just can't. That's the groundbreaker.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's our greatest honor to have you among us. Given that we've seen a lot of photos of you boarding the Trump Force One, and also we've seen you sharing some jokes maybe with the new FBI director, Mr. Kash Patel, I had a question is President Trump personally aware of the corruption in Albania, and is President Trump aware of what is happening here? And also, maybe if you could meet Mr. Kash Patel again, could you also remind him that Eddie Rama has an ongoing case there in Washington? Thank you.
So again, I don't speak for the United States government. Obviously, I have a lot of friends there because I've worked very closely on the campaign. But I think it's suffice to say that there is an understanding of the politics and the corruption that exists here. As I mentioned last night, many of the same things that the Biden administration for the last 4 years tried to imprison Donald Trump. I mean, they raided his home. And so those types of things had never really happened before. And so the similarities between what they're trying to do to conservatives here to what they did to them over in the United States are remarkably similar. And it's because they can't defend their record. It's because they can't defend the state of the economy. And it always has to come back to that. But I'll just close by saying that I'm extremely impressed by all of you. I think you have a lot to offer, and the future looks great, and your guys' English is just amazing. So congratulations to you all.
Just the shadow, hieja e McGonigalit do ta ndjek Edi Ramën gjatë ditën e fundit të jetës së tij. nuk i ndahet. Është skandal planetar. Është skandal planetar. Ndaj dhe ai, siç e shifti, ka një terror të brendshëm. Ai ka patur probleme të njohura serioze me ekuilibrat psikologjike, por tani ka zgjedhë autoizolimin si rrugën për si të thuash, për të mos shfaqur publikisht momentet e dezekuilibrit, si ndodhi ajo që i ra Tovolis dëshira me kokë, me grusht, e tjere tjere. Ajo është një çështje që dihet që Edi Rama ka afera shumë të mëdha korruptive, por afera e cila ju cituat është e faktur, është në gjykat, e gjykur nga një gjykatës amerikan. Dhe Rama e din që ajo nuk parashkruhet, nuk është një krim që parashkruhet ai akt që ka kryer.
Ever. And the market is pluralistic one as people.
And there were thousands.
But I found, and I stayed more than 1 hour and a half or 2 hours, around 2 hours, walking around, meeting people, meeting salesmen, meeting all. And I found no one in the shops being reluctant or being unfriendly. No, all were very friendly, even cheering, which is a great courage, because after my trip, usually go taxes.
They have a fine, yeah. They have a problem with the
They have taxes.
The tax man.
But what impressed me, I met the butcher, and I asked him how you are doing. He told not good. He told me that in one day, now what we have had every day before, we have just in feasts and no others. The turnover that we have had, a daily turnover before, now we have it only during festivities, and that's all. So it was really remarkable. There were only 2 citizens, which were 2 ladies, went without talking, did any negative reaction, but they didn't stop to talk. Everybody stopped to talk. I was so much impressed. Never have had such a market reception like this time. But we have a really excellent program for this program where we could knock everywhere. We could knock to business people, small business people, to farmers, to all. And it's the most realistic program. Why is it the most realistic? Because most difficult parts of it are tested by ourselves. When I tell you, when I put for the first time 10 flat tax, 10%. The lowest flat tax in Europe was 17%. 17%. I thought, but we were to an unknown situation that IMF stayed aside, told us, no, we do not follow you, we'll look. And if you fail, is your fault. We don't like to be part. Okay, we told them. But we never done it, 10%. But at the end of 6 months, we got 300 million euro more than was foreseen, or more than a year before.
Yeah.
So we know now, we are not before unknowns. No, we know everything that, because they went to absurdities. What we told yesterday evening, for a meter square trottoir, for meter square public space, 20 euro. It was 1.2 euro. 1.2 euro. They went 20 euro. They went 15 euro. So this how to make them suffer. It's not. People are not aware how difficult it is for small business. The life. The life is not an easy one for them. Go and look at those people. Stay 10 hours, 8 hours. Stand up in conditions not at all good. They suffer. They are happy. We will do, but we have to sit down with them. I told, not as politicians, not as people that are going for promises, but as missionary, that we care for them. We feel their sufferances.
The handshake is still sacred in Albania.
Yeah.
You shake the hands.
Yeah.
Chris, may I ask you a question regarding the role of the youth? Because just like in US with your campaign, we have the mainstream media against us in here, and it's controlled by the left wing. These youth are very active on social media, mainly on Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. What do you think should be the main message of the youth in here, also in terms of positive campaign and negative campaign, and also in terms of strategy? Should it be regarding the program? Should it be regarding bringing back hope? Should it be a call to their friends to work on this campaign, to make sure that they stay in here, have a better life?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I do actually. And first of all, it's not negative. Okay, it's not negative to point out the failures of Edi Rama. That's not negative. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
And so they want to use that and say and I think it's important that you communicate to your friends, not only what you're against, but you have to be able to tell them what you're for. You have to do both. And Edi Rama failed in the last 12 years because the cost of everything is much more expensive. The corruption, the crime, and then the counter to that is the program. and specific points about the program. And you just, when you post something on Facebook or when you're online in social media, politics is a very visual, medium, right? People visualize politics. So it's always helpful to have visualize. People have to understand the impacts of the price of eggs, the price of bread, the price of milk, and how much it's gone up over the last 12 years. You have to show them. You just can't tell them. You have to show them how the price has gone up and how the program is designed to bring it down. And we're seeing that right now in the States. The inflation is down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jobs are up. Inflation is down. The cost of living is down. All of those things are happening.
Absolutely.
And it's only been 100 days.
Yes.
So imagine the impact that you can have when you change the government here. I mean, you've had the same person for 12 years. You know what we call that in America? A dictator. So
We call that here as well, but
yeah. I mean, that,
Just a word. More and more, you show yourself to citizens. Much greater will be our chances for victory. I told you,
excuse me.
the vice chairman of Democratic Party of Kavaya, he was in an area which sometimes vote for us, sometimes doesn't vote for us. And what I did, he told, I took all my staff, young people. I worked only with young people. Young people in every corner, every duty, everywhere. But not only my area got winner, but also the neighbors were so much influenced by by the campaign of young people, because as much as you meet people, as much you move, you are the best advertising for this
Yes.
campaign. You make the real an extraordinary contribution. You have a moment in your life to contribute to topple this dictatorship. We are going to topple it.